Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Lisa, aka Crossed by Floss, and today I have some more stuff done on my whip. Not quite a finish, but I'm getting there. I'm so close. I can smell it. So last week, I showed you some of my progress on this little Mill Hill kit that I purchased. This little guy here, and I'm so happy with myself, you guys. I have all of the stitching done. Now I need to go to the beading. So this is what it looks like. And that's what I've gotten done. There were some French knots in here, which in the cat's eyes and the nose. My first knot, you guys, I probably did it like 700 times and I just could not get it, Finally, I made that very pitiful, which one is it? This very pitiful eye here and went, I'm done. And then the second and the third turned out awesome. So, or better than the first one. So, and then I messed up a little bit on the back stitching in the hair over here. I didn't realize when I was doing it that I should have made it like it's over 2 cross stitches. It's over 2 stitches. And I made them as one. And then I went back and went, And you know what? I looked at it and I'm like, okay, so it's a little unique. I'm okay with that. So, yeah, so I'm impressed with myself. I just have the beading. So I'm hoping that this week I will get the beading done. And next week I will have an FFO. That's my goal. Anyway, okay. And then my second whip piece that I have some progress on is this piece here that I am working on, the Halloween Sampler by Cottage Garden Samplings. I love this piece, you guys. I am using called for colors. However, my colors are not looking like these ones in here. These ones are much more variegated dark blue colors, whereas mine, I feel, even super close up, seems more like a smoky gray. And it so closely matches the, so it's Blackboard and Raven are the two main colors in here. And I feel that Blackboard and Raven, I mean, when you look at it close, yes, there is a difference, but it's not a spectacular difference like it is in the pattern, So, but it's okay because I'm loving it. All right. So this, how much can you guys see? That is what I have done. So since I was last with you, I think that I finished, did I finish? I don't know. I finished the word Jinx, Magic, Newt, and then I got the bird going, or the raven, it's a raven. And then I got the Q, you guys can't even see that, sorry. I got the Q and I started the U down here for unusual. So that's what I have gotten done on this. I'm using called for colors, and then I'm doing it on, I think it's 16 count Ada. I think it is. I'd have to get a ruler out and measure, but I think that that's what it is. So those are the other two, or the two whips that I have for this week. I showed you guys last week another whip. Do I have it down here? I don't think I do. I don't love it. I don't love it. And I just feel that there are so many patterns that I'm going to get rid of it because I don't love it. And I'm going to give it to somebody who will like it much more than me. I thought that I would start it on some different Ada, and but I don't love it. And there's a couple other Halloween pieces that I've seen on Instagram. Man, you guys, and your Instagram Halloween stitching updates. There are so many patterns I now have on my wish list again. Okay, and so then the second thing is my stash, or my stash, my haul. I went to my LNS, which is Thread Needle Street, And Denise, as soon as I walked in, turned around to her counter and picked up a little pile that has my name on it because she just knows. So she got the 3 other of the serials or the social series in for Country Cottage Needleworks. So this one here, spring. I think last time I had summer. That's the one that I showed you last time. This one's winter. So pretty. And then fall. Oh my gosh, I love fall. So so I got those. So now I have the set of 4. And did I pick up any other patterns? No, I did not. I did not. So those were the 3 patterns that I bought from her. And then I was, because it's October and breast cancer month, and breast cancer, yes, October is a very, very, well, breast cancer, I think hits so many of us. And my grandma, who I adored, was diagnosed with breast cancer, and then it just spread throughout her body. And so, you know, I support fully breast cancer awareness. And every year I try to do something in her honor, surrounded by or supported by breast cancer. And so this year I was looking for something that I could stitch. And I have never done a breast cancer awareness stitch. And so I was cruising the DMC website and looking at some of their free patterns. And I found one that I really like that, that I will post a picture here. So I'm going to do that one for October. Of course, I haven't started it, and here it is, October 8th. I might get it done for next October, but as I'm stitching on it, it's going to be like, you know, in remembrance of my grandma. And my ex-mother-in-law was diagnosed with breast cancer. My best friend was diagnosed with breast cancer. So many of us are hit or know people who have been hit, not only by breast cancer, but also cancer in general. And so anyhow, I was looking for kind of a pale pink Aida cloth to stitch this piece on, and I found this, and I don't think that it's going to show up super well, but it is a very pale pink. It's not an ivory. It is definitely a pale pink. It is a 14 count Aida. And then I picked up it's just normal DMC colors. You can see it in the pattern. And then there's a variegated pink, which is interspersed in this pattern quite a bit. So those are the two items that I picked up from Denise. This piece is way too big. And so I may stitch one for myself and one for my mom. And because it was my mom's mom. And she was a lovely woman. And yeah. And then I went down a rabbit hole, you guys. I went down a rabbit hole. I should not have. So at Thread Needle Straight, she carries cross stitch and needlepoint. And every time I have walked in there, you see the needlepoint right away, because it's all, you know, when you walk in the door, it's on the right-hand side. And then there's a big wall, and then there's a wall right in front of you, and that has all of the needlepoint canvases. And then she's got them strung along on some little clippy hangers from the ceiling. And then there's baskets, and there's all kinds of stuff, right? And then she's got a great big flippy thing in the kind of the center of that area, where she has mounted canvases on huge poster board, maybe even bigger than that, and has done them by seasons. So there's so much, but every time I look at them and I'm like, oh, the cost, I cannot ever figure out the cost. Now, I've been going to her for 15 years, at least 15 years. I have been going to her store, on and off the first couple of years, and then I stopped for a little while, and in the last probably 4 years I've been a very frequent visitor in there. And so finally I got up the courage to ask her, because I look at them and I'm like, yeah, I'm never doing that. Because my first experience in needlepoint was a needlepoint kit that I did for my mom. I think it was Iris's, and it was, you know, that wool, and I'm allergic to wool. And so that was a fun project to do. And it was, you know, thick yarn wool, and, you know, and like my grandma has pieces from her mom and her grandma, you know, because that's what they did back in the day. They cross stitched and they needle pointed, or they did needlepoint. And so we have chairs and pillows and all kinds of beautiful pieces that has needlepoint in it. But I was like, no. But it has come a long way since those days. And so every time I would go into Denise's shop, Threadneedle Street, I would always look at them, but then I go, dang, the prices are really high, and you still have to buy the threads for them, right? So I'm like, I'm not doing that, and I'm not doing that. And so I finally, this last time when I bought my stuff, I asked her, because she had just come back from a convention, and she had all of this new stuff up, and I'm like, dang, that's cute. And so I said, Denise, why are these so damn expensive? Like, I'm not dissing you or anything. I'm truly like, I don't understand. And she goes, well, that's because they're hand painted. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, okay, I get that. And I'm like, but how do you do it? Because the holes are very tiny, and I don't remember the holes being that tiny when I did a needlepoint kit. And so we got into the discussion of blah, 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 you know, back in the day. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. So I went down a rabbit hole, you guys. And because I love Halloween, this is the one that I picked up. Can you guys see that? Okay. So it's just Happy Halloween with 2 webs and the spiders. And so I was like, okay, what do I do, Denise? And she is like, well, you're going to do, you know, 10th stitch. And I'm like, that means half a stitch, right? And she's like, yes. I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. So I picked up this fuzzy stuff for the spiders. I think it's going to be so cute because it's fuzzy. They're fuzzy. And then I picked up this, and I hate Krennic, but she convinced me that this, is it 12? Number 12. She convinced me that this is a lot easier to work with, and it's specifically for needlepoint. Well, maybe not specifically, but it's good for needlepoint. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to try that for the spider webs. So it'll just make them a little sparkly. So I'll have fuzzy and sparkly. And then she said, you can use your DMC colors for this. And I'm like, I can. Okay, if I can do that, I have so much of it, you guys. I am like, okay. And so what I'm thinking is, like, you know, I have a stash from, I mean, I've been doing this for 30 years. So I have DMC that is 30-ish years old, 25-ish plus years old, that I have, you know, bobbinated, and it's been sitting in my kits in my storage cases forever. I've moved them. Yeah. And so I thought, well, what I would do on the needlepoint pieces is I would use the older DMC threads, because some dye lots have changed and some of the colors don't look the same at all anymore. And so, and it's few of them, not very many, but I thought that's what I would do to use up those flosses, because I can't guarantee that they are going to be the same. And if I run out during a pattern, but on these, there's no way I'm going to run out on a pattern. So, but see what I mean? Like, this little guy was $30. $30 But, you know, it's hand painted and it's super cute and I'm going to try it. So then for the background, I'm just going to use this kind of cream, what is it? 746, for the background of my piece inside here. So, yep, I fell through the rabbit hole and decided I should, you know, why not do something new? And so then I went on Amazon because everybody is like, oh, you need stretcher bars. So I went on Amazon and I bought some stretcher bars. So hopefully, so if you need a point and you have any suggestions or sites or something that I can follow, please let me know down in the comments, because this is going to be a new experience for me. But she has one that I want so very badly. I'm not kidding you guys. It's $156. My daughter looked at me and she's like, no, you're not buying that. And I'm like, but Em, it's super cute. It's super cute. It is so cute. It's a Santa piece. Oh my word, you guys. And it's like sarcastic. It's got a saying that said, I wasn't prepared for this, or something like that, and he's stuck in the chimney. Oh my gosh, you guys, it is adorable, adorable. I so want it. It's $156. I'm trying to justify it. First, I'm going to try this piece. I figured if I start something small that is easy and see if it's something that I can do, but 10 stitch, it should be easy, right? Yeah, so that is what I have for this week. Hopefully next week I will actually have an FFO and some more done on my Halloween sampler, and possibly have started, well, I'm going to start the breast cancer piece as well, and then possibly have started the other going down a rabbit hole of needlepoint. So that's what I have for this week. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.